Yeah.
Let's go. We ride in Jesus' name. Bring Jesus in and shame. Declare Jesus to the ends of the earth.
Well, good morning, Get Wrecked for Recovery crew. So it's day number 1 of the Redeeming Eden Cycle Tour's Ride to RAGBRAI, a bike ride up the Ohio to Erie Trail from Cincinnati to Cleveland, Ohio, where I'll go west to Lake Michigan, north to the Upper Peninsula, west to Glacier National Park in Montana, south to Yellowstone, where I'll spend a week with my family, and then east to RAGBRAI, the Ride to RAGBRAI 2022. About a 4,500 mile trip to raise awareness that there are addiction recovery options available, that you don't have to die in your addiction. There's churches, there's Celebrate Recoveries, there's rescue missions, there's so many places, no charge, that just want to help you, talk to you, and love you if you find yourself battling addiction. So yeah, beautiful Cincinnati, Ohio. It's a little late. I got on the bike a little late today. Got in on the train at 3:45 last night, which was 2:45 previously, because now I'm in Eastern time zone, so I lost an hour. Saturday night, I lost an hour. Last night, and when I rolled in, it was like 36 degrees. So I rolled straight over to the Quality Inn in Cincinnati, checked in at 4 and checked out at 10. Anyway, I got to get on the trail here. Like I said, this one's going to go from Cincinnati all the way up to Cleveland, and you'll see much more of that as the days roll along. But I'm excited. I hope you are too. If you're just like, if it's day 65 and you've just come back to day 1, watch it all the way through. See what God does, see how he shows up, see how he provides. And the whole end goal of this ride is to build a rehab. So hopefully we're able to do that. Each day I pedal for someone who's passed away from addiction. You'll see their name at the beginning of each video. And yeah, the whole end goal of the rides is to build a rehab. 48 states, 4 years. I've already got 10,000 miles in, and Ohio is state number 32. Let's go. So I just saw a sign that said tire dip location. Yeah. And you might be asking, thinking, Adam, your bike is filthy. Was it worth it? Every bit. I'll especially be able to say whether it was or not when I dipped my tire in the Mississippi at the end of RAGBRAI. So I think, spending this extra 10 minutes was totally worth it. Besides, it's going to rain between now and then anyway. All right. So I am riding down the Little Miami River Scenic Trail. And it's scenic, but I don't really see the river too often yet. I think I'm kind of going through houses and stuff. Anyway, I'm not going to use the sideways looking views. I'll actually stop and record something if I see it. I talked to a couple people who said that the sideways scrolling TV shots, phone shots, whatever they were watching it on, were making them a little bit dizzy. And so since I don't want to do that, I'll cut that, and just have like forward views or directly reverse views of me riding and talking, so that you guys can get the scenery. But yeah, train was kind of silent. I didn't have anybody sit with me till like the last 4 hours of the 40 hours worth of a ride. And so, thank you. And it was definitely different. It's the only train ride I can remember that I didn't have hour-long conversations on. And I think the only thing that the lady that sat down next to me in the middle of the night, she had a book. She was having a hard time reading like the letters. I was looking out the window, and I could see the reflection of her, and so I just turned the little overhead light on, and she was like, "Thank you so much." And I was like, "Any way that I can help share a little light." She was like, "Well, that's really nice, thank you." And so that was it. Like, that was, other than talking to the guy in the concessions area, that was the totality of my 40 hours. But I kind of needed it to disconnect and reconnect to this bike touring mindset. You know, it takes a lot of mental and physical and emotional and spiritual, I wouldn't say strength, it just takes different than what I have when I'm not on a bike tour. Each thing is its own, but each thing has its own special different things. So part of special, right? I went and ate at Mac's Pizzeria, which is back here in a little town that I just came through after Cincinnati. And by the way, I had like a whole, 40-minute video of all the stuff that happened earlier, and deleted it when I went to start this video. So my apologies. But out of Cincinnati was great. It was, like a little bit of bike trail and a lot of roads. But now I'm back on a bike trail. Anyway, so I get to Mac's Pizzeria, and I eat, and I notice this lady. There's like 4 or 5 tables around us of people, full of people, and I notice this lady has finished her meal, and she's just trying to, she's struggling to stand up. And so, nobody was there to help or rescue. It was strange. I like to watch the people in the different areas I go to and see how friendly, how, whatever. And nobody. So I was like, "Ma'am, would you like me to help you up?" And she was like, "That would be wonderful." So I helped her stand up, and she was like, "Thank you so much." And we talked for just a second. She was like, can I buy your lunch? And I was like, "Well, if you're offering, you sure can." But I'd forgotten I had already laid my card on the table, and so while I was helping her up, I guess the server had picked it up and rang it up. So while mid-conversation, she brings me, my check to sign. And I was like, "Oh, well." I said, "Don't worry about it." She was like, how can I donate?" And so I gave her the POPL link that is in the description of these videos, and told her it was, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, and also in the description is the International Gospel Outreach link, where she could donate to either the bike ride or the Cody Jordan Forever Funeral Fund. And she was like, "Well, I'm going to do that." And so then I left out of there and got on this bike trail. And I have had just a lot of people. Like I said, there's a lot of people out, but a lot of people so far. Random conversations of people, stopping and saying, "Hey," or quite a load. One lady even asked me, "Am I training for something?" I guess because my bike looked so heavy. Maybe she thought I was trying to add weight to the bike so that I could be faster unloaded. But I never ride a bike unloaded, if you'll check my Strava. I'm not on the bike. I think I had 3 30-minute rides max between the last tour and this one. Anyway, I'm going to keep on riding, and I can see the river over there. How's it going? I'm going to keep on riding and checking out this trail. I'm going to get as far as I can today. There's supposed to be a little park called Constitution Park that has free camping. But I'm 20 miles down already, and it's another 50. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where I end up. But yeah, the layover in Chicago was wonderful. Got to see the river dyed green, which was really cool. I was talking to Jay Haas on the phone and telling him on the train, I'll be in Chicago right around the time for St. Patrick's Day. I don't know when they dye the river, but I think it'd be neat to see it. And I got there, and it was a bright phosphorescent green. I'm actually in Chicago, Illinois. I'm not staying here, but I wanted to show you this. The river is still dyed green, right? From St. Patrick's Day. I was hoping that I would be able to see that. And then also, if you'll see this sign right here, it says Blanchard's Fire Shut Up in My Bones. So we're right where we're supposed to be. Let's go find out what's in Chicago that God has for me here. So cool. Anyway, yeah, going down to Cincinnati. Gonna start the OTET, Ohio to Erie Trail, but that's not gonna be till tomorrow, which you're seeing today, because I've included this video with tomorrow's video today, tomorrow. So I was like, how cool is that? And then I had to make the obligatory trip to the Bean. So I had to ride to the obligatory, you know, Bean photo at Cloudgate Park when Liam and I were taking our photo at Baton Rouge at that little chrome sculpture. I said, this must be like Baton Rouge's Bean. He's like, they're what? And so I told him, sent him a text to let him, you know, just to let him see. He was like, you went to the Bean. I was like, yeah. Hello. And he said, that's cool. And I was like, you know, you'll get to go there at the end of this ride. So Liam's supposed to join up with me in Yellowstone when the family visits for the week and stay with me all the way to the Mississippi River. I think he can handle it. There's really only two outliers, is it'll be summer in the desert, which is why I bought this center frame bag by Apodura. It carries a lot of water. I just wanted to make sure that, you know, if I fall short on water, I can handle it, but I don't want my son to fall short on water. And then the other thing is mountains, you know, like it's gonna be hot, there's gonna be mountains. But we can take it really slow and easy. We'll see how it goes. Super excited about RAGBRAI. This will be my first RAGBRAI, so I can't wait to see what that's like. I talked to a guy named Tiger on the trail just a minute ago that asked me where I was going, and I told him, well, about 4,500 miles, but I'll end back up at RAGBRAI, so, you know, only about 600 as the crow flies. He was like, that's crazy. It's like, yeah, this is state number 32, Ohio. So, anyway, thank y'all for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And thanks for following along in this crazy journey with me. And I'm going to end this part of this video now and keep on riding, because we got about 30 to 50 more miles to go today. Let's go. All right, so I stopped here at Cartridge Brewing, which is at the old Peters Ammunition Facility. And they've like made housing and stuff with the old building, but they've got this restaurant here, and it's right on the bike trail. I'd actually stopped at another place. I really just wanted a milkshake. They didn't have any. It was just like a, I don't even know what you'd call it, trail stop type thing. And so they recommended this place and said that they had food. And so I sat down inside and got a pulled pork sandwich and a slice of cheesecake and a Coke. And I sat at the bar. There was a lady sitting there. Her name was Connie. And she's a physician in the area. And so we talked. She followed me on Instagram and went to pay. And she was like, I got it. So thank you, Connie. Man, so cool. It always catches me off guard. Anyway, I've still got 30 miles to go to get to the campsite I'm supposed to be at tonight. So I may be riding a little after dark, but we'll see. But yeah, this really, really cool place here in Ohio. Interesting. All right, let's keep on going down the road. Love you guys. See you later. Well, that's pretty interesting. So I stopped here to just film the deer back there on the hill, and when they saw me stopped, they all just kind of started migrating over here. One came right up to the fence and was just like, hey. Pretty neat. That has got to be the highest up overpass I might have ever been under. I mean, that's an interstate up there. I would imagine people can base jump off of that. Super duper tall. Crazy. Well, I'll show you the scale. There's a deer right over here at the base of it. Let me see if I can turn it around and zoom in. That's crazy, huh? All right, well, since my headlights are starting to light my path and the sun is very much so gone down, again, for the video that you guys are seeing, there is, it looks like daylight over here to my left, but it is not. It is very pinkish, very duskish right now. Anyway, got 10 miles left to go to Constitution Park. Figured I'd go ahead and end the video here so I don't have to do that after I set up camp tonight. I am going to be very tired when I get to camp. Anywho, yeah, so this is the Redeeming Eden ride to RAGBRAI, about 4,500 miles, maybe 120 some odd days total of bike riding vlogs. So if you're not subscribed, make sure you click that subscribe button so you can catch each video. YouTube will let you know when I got a new video released. I try to release them every day. Sometimes I'm tired, sometimes I don't have service. But yeah, I've really loved the Ohio to Erie Trail so far. I've liked that it's 100% paved, very little on roadway. Reminds me a lot of the Chesapeake Trail over there in Virginia from Richmond to Yorktown. But yeah, if you know anybody who's passed away from addiction, please get in touch with me through the Popple link. Let me know their name and I would love to ride for them on a future day on tour. If you know anybody who's actively addicted, of course, share this with them. Share it with everybody on your social media platforms, because that's how it's going to get out there that there are addiction recovery options available. Somebody will hear it and it might save their life. Don't forget that Redeeming Eden is a nonprofit ministry through International Gospel Outreach. Again, all those links are in the Popple link. The nonprofit side, everything, the Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, all those things to keep the ride going. And build a rehab. 48 states, 4 years to build a rehab. Ohio, state 32. If you get a chance, go back and watch the other videos that I've released from previous tours. If you get bored or in between tours, go back and watch the other ones. There's a lot of really cool stuff that God has done from the get-go with Redeeming Eden and grown it from what it was to what it is. And I just look forward to a future day when we'll build the rehab. But yeah, just know, guys, I love you. The Bible says in John 3:16 that for God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. And so that's the message that really saves us from the bondage of addiction and the bondage of sin in general. And that's what I carry on this bicycle to all parts of the United States. So, don't want to keep the video too long, but from here on the Little Miami Scenic Trail just shy of Spring Valley, Ohio, state number 32. I love you guys. Jesus loves you. I'll see you later. Have a good night. Well, change of plans. So that's not the end of the video. Rolled in here to Spring Valley, came to Slim's neighborhood bar and grill. Walked in, they had just turned the burners off. No hot food. So I was like, do you have anything I can eat? And she was like, yeah, I'll make you a salad. So I was like, okay, salad and a Coke. Awesome. While I'm, making this transaction, a guy walks up. He's like, where are you riding to? I was like, gave him the spiel. He's like, hang on. I got to tell my friend about this. I said, well, I'm going to go sit down and eat my salad. So I go out back by the bike, sit down, eat my salad. And before I know it, like half of Spring Valley is there. Talking to me about this bike ride. And so like people made donations, and even the bartenders like were out back talking to me about the bike trip. I was like, this is crazy, like thank y'all for your generosity, your kindness. This lady Teresa's like, where are you staying at tonight? I was like, I got to go set up my tent down here at the park. I paid $5 to camp there tonight. She's like, no, you're not. She walked me up here, got my shower, set my mat up, posted on Facebook and Instagram. She left. I'm getting ready to go to bed in like, a temperature controlled environment for the night. No plans on that at all. Like, this is crazy. Just for the whole day has been crazy. I woke up, got on the road. I didn't even talk about that after the muddy tire incident. A gardener noticed my feet and bike and was like, hey, I got a water hose. Let me, get you sprayed off. So I sprayed my bike and my feet off, rode out of Cincinnati clean as a whistle. Lunch, helped the lady up out of her seat. She paid for my lunch. Dinner, sat down at the bar next to a lady, physician, wonderful woman named Connie, paid for my dinner. Roll into here, wasn't even expecting to I was expecting to go to set up camp. In a place to stay. Like, God's provision today, his faithfulness today, through, himself alone, and then the great people of the great state of Ohio, state number 32, it's mind-blowing. Like, this should not be possible. This kind of craziness should not be possible. So, subscribe, follow the journey. I'm going to sleep. Not even going to work on this video. I got to have the bike out of... Oh, the bartenders locked my bike in their warehouse. Since this is upstairs, couldn't carry the bike up. But I got to have it out by 7. I'm not usually that early of a riser. So I'm going to work on the video tomorrow at breakfast. But when you see it, you'll see it. And yeah, subscribe to follow for more crazy, unbelievable coolness as this ride goes along. This is mind-blowing. Each time I go on these rides, it happens, but I never expect it. And then it just... So, anyway, with all that being said, I love you guys. Jesus loves you. I'll see you later. Have a good night.